You want the truth? Well, here's the wicked truth.
Bhigh, let's dive into it, man.
What's happening?
You married?
Yes, sir.
For all the women out there, Bhigh is married. You have 3 girls.
That's
Tell
right.
me what it's like being a father, man. Before we kind of dive off into, everything. How is fatherhood? Being married, because a lot of rappers that come up here. It's very few that are married. Oomp came, I think, a week before last, and he was talking about, he was married, and to the young black men out there that that degrade our black women or are not into marriage. Tell me the positive things about being married, man, and what it can do, in changing a boy to a man.
Well, when you talk about being married, I tell this one story right here about why it's beneficial. Back in 2014, I was at the radio station.
Okay.
And I had got laid off one day. I came into work, nigga got laid off.
Right.
And I remember I came home and I told my wife, feeling like James Evans in this motherfucker. I said, babe, they just laid me off.
Right.
And she looked me dead in my eye and said, you deserve a break. I got your ass covered.
Wow.
I said, what?
Wow.
Luckily, 3 days later, I got rehired and I went back to work. Mm-hmm. But I knew then that it was real in my household. Yeah. And with a partner like that, you ain't about to lose. You can't lose when somebody got your back like that.
Right. Well, see, and I'm not married, but I have been kind of talking, to a special young lady, and
he coating right now.
Stack is married.
Yeah.
We see the beautiful relationship with him and Meredith have, and they have each other back, and that's something I think that a lot of black men, that we kind of missing out on. Strong black families, respecting the black woman, marrying her, and not just running her through the mud. I applaud you for it, my brother, and it's an inspiration to all black men. You tell me a little bit about the girls. I mean, what's the ages?
The oldest baby, she just turned 11. The second one is like 8, and the little one is just turned 3 back in December.
Okay.
And I love all they butts, man. I mean, they really. It's so funny because even when I look at my career, from my wife to my kids, they have really been the motivation behind what I did. You see what I'm saying? So when my first baby was on the way, me and my wife, we weren't married at the time, but I was stressed the hell out because I was young as hell, and I was like, this some bullshit. But I was like, you know what, we got to figure this out.
Right.
And I was just an intern at the radio station at the time, and I had wrecked my car, so I couldn't get back up there to intern no more. So I was like, well, that shit's over with.
Right.
But then I was like, man, I got to get in this building. So I had to call every Monday until I got hired as a board out. But I just remember thinking to myself, my dreams and my goals that I had, man, I wanted to be able to show my kids something. Because I had a whole bunch of dreams and goals that were unfulfilled because I was coming from the hood. I was like, I don't know if everything going to ever pan out for me.
Right.
But I was like, for this child, I want her to be able to at least one day hear her daddy on the radio and say, okay, if my daddy can get on the radio, then I can do whatever the hell I want to do with my life.
Exactly.
So that was the real driving force behind why I stayed with what I was doing for so long, because it wasn't easy and there wasn't no real reward coming for a long time.
For a long time.
You see what I'm saying? But I was like, I just want to be an example to my kids, so if they had these wild, outlandish dreams, because at the end of the day, if I wasn't able to get my stuff done, I don't know if I'd be able to look at them and say, hey, go ahead and go for it.
Right.
Because I don't know. I don't know what it took. I don't know how it's supposed to happen. I just have to pray and hope that maybe God, show them the way.
Right.
So, like, if I can just figure out a way to get up through there, then at least I can say, all right, I did it. What's your excuse here?
Right.
You want the truth? Well, here's the wicked truth.